I don't think I showed this, but if I did, just ignore this one. But here's my pillows now. The green there and the green there were one set. The beige and the beige were a set. And then the Southwestern, 1, 2, 3, 4 were a set. And then the other ones came with the couch, the matching. So that gives 11. I think it looks good with the wall hanging, and it goes with the almost Southwestern theme of the rug. What do you think? I'm going to get rid of this plant. It's not doing well. And I'm gonna put this plant in this pot and hang it up. That's my next project. Hold on, I'm gonna turn you guys around. I thought I would show what we're having for lunch today. Today's Friday the 18th, and I did a couple things. I got these mugs, actually this green one, and then George has the black one. These mugs were bought for me. Sky bought them for me for either Christmas or birthday a few years ago. And the reason why he got them is because they have handles on them, and the handles are removable. So this is 32 ounces, and we have ice water in them. And I had them packed away and got them out for us to use because why not, right? We're having lunch, so we're having mini cucumbers and carrot sticks. I get these at our local Giant supermarket, and I love them because they're like cut perfectly for dipping. And this is just Italian dressing. We have some corn on the cob. We've got seasoned waffle fries. We did these in the air fryer. Got some barbecue sauce. Cornbread, 4 pieces of cornbread for $2.50-ish at our local Giant. So we have some cornbread warmed up. And George has Arizona green tea. And then we add water to that and ice because of the sugar content. And so there's like about that much water, and then he adds the tea and the ice. And he's having shrimp. Now our local Giant store, you can get these little containers of shrimp with cocktail sauce, which he has over there, right there. And I think that was about $4 for all that shrimp. So yeah, coleslaw, did I say coleslaw? Coleslaw. We get that in the deli. So that's lunch. Can't complain, huh? I want to show you something that we did earlier today. We went to the Dollar Zone, and I wanted to do something with the kitchen table because there was nothing on the table except a box of tissues, some napkins, kind of like this, our water mugs, George's glasses, his reading glasses, and this is kind of how it looked. And I feel like the house is coming together, but I felt like the table was missing a lot. So we went over to the Dollar Zone and we picked out these red placemats. They're really easy to wash off, and I just love the red with the paintings. I'll have to show you all the paintings that George has done. I'll go around and do another, like an update. But we got the placemats. They were each $1.50 each. And then I picked up these 2 little signs, and one side they say be kind, and the other side it says believe. So I got one for each side of the vase. The vase I had here, this was mine. This is mine. I would put flowers in it. And the beads, most of the gems are with the gems I was using upstairs. So like if I had a good mental health day, I would put a bead into another jar. So Dollar Zone didn't have any of these gems, so I used those. And I also got, and I don't know if you can see them really well, but there's little tiny ones. I got a packet of the little tiny ones just to offset the color. They're purple and like a silver. And so they were $2 for the little packet. These were $2.50 each, and the beads were $2. And then we picked up 4 of these little decorative flowers. And George picked the purple to offset the red, to go with the red. Because he's an artist, I had him pick the color, and the purple and the red, I just love it. I just love the look. And then I put the coasters, some on each side. And so there's our new look. I'm really trying to pull things together the best that we can. Now I want some ideas from you guys. We really don't have any other place to put the treadmill, but if you can think of another area, let me know. It folds up just like that, and then it just drops down. So we keep the fan there for when we're on the treadmill. So we have this open space here, but then we have the door for the patio. The table, these sides drop down if we want to drop them down, which would make the table this narrow. And then there's 4 chairs. There's those 3, and then this one over here that I sit on sometimes. So we have this space here, and this cart that's on wheels, which could be moved anywhere. It could be moved in next to the TV. It could be moved over to this corner over here. I don't know. Give me some ideas. The air fryer I have to clean out, and then the air fryer I keep underneath here on the shelf next to the toaster. So those 2 things stay under there, which just leaves the coffee pot and the microwave, and it gives me like that much counter space. And then over here I have this much counter space. So if somebody's cooking here, there's space to you know, tend to the food, and then I'm usually cooking on this side, and George is usually over here. And then over here we just have a towel that I change out every few days. We put our wet dishes on here, and then we dry them, and then he has his espresso machine. My spices are up here. Now I think I might take the spices and put them down here. There's an empty drawer. I might put all the spices down there, which would leave most of this shelf empty. I have an extra pair of reading glasses, which we keep everywhere, my CD player, and then some sugars and flour. And then on this shelf, my watering can and my CD case. So then this shelf is basically, it can be empty because the watering can can go somewhere else. The cassettes can go somewhere else. So and then the chair, of course, would go with the table, but it was a little bit tight, keeping the chair right there. So give me some ideas. If you have any ideas on how to better utilize this space, like should this table go back against the wall? Should it be, like I don't really want to drop it down and make it smaller because I like the space. Like we need this amount of space really for meals. But I'm kind of stuck for ideas at this point. So if you have any ideas, let me know. Okay. We're waiting for an Amazon package. I don't know what's in it. George ordered something. So what I want to show you is, let me get a coaster. The pillows that I'm adding a clip onto this of the pillows that I did. I got pillow covers, and then I got the batting. So I want to show you the batting that I got from Walmart. This is what I picked up. It's the original polyfill, made in the U.S. They give you a stuffing tool. I didn't use the stuffing tool. I really didn't see a need for it. So now I actually have 2. It looks like this. It's a stick. It looks like a chopstick, honestly. Push the fiber firmly into position using your stuffing tool. Use the flat end for larger areas and the pointed end for small finger-like areas and corners. And so I have 2 of these because I bought 2 bags of this batting. This is 50 ounces, and it tells you what you can make, at least 3 18-inch pillows. And I actually got 4 18-inch pillows out of a bag this big. And so the last 4 pillows that I got, I used the part of the last bag and then some of this bag. So you can see what I've used of this bag. So I have plenty to do another, probably at least 2 pillows if I would decide to. But it's the Polyfill, celebrating 80 years. They've been in business a while. And it's $14 and some change at Walmart. So if you're thinking about making pillows, and I am adding a clip probably at the very end of the pillows that I already did. Now I need to go back and I need to add more batting to probably all of them from in the corners and things like that. So we got that. I have, thank you guys for your comments. For the woman who said that she got a perineal bottle and that it's been the best buy that you've done lately, I'm so glad to hear that. I am so glad to hear that. I was really on the fence about that video. I didn't know whether or not I really wanted to make that video. I didn't know how it would go over. Let me fix my tripod. I didn't know how it would go over. I got a shadow. Let's do this. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know how it would go over, so I wasn't sure. But I'm glad. I'm so glad that that helped you. I know, like, I would never go back and never use anything else besides the perineal bottle. Like whether I had any kind of issues or not, to try to go back to using toilet paper just for that quick wipe after you go pee, like that's just not a thing for me. The warm water rinse, I'm so clean, super clean, and that's just so important to me as a woman. So I'm so glad that you bought one. I'm so glad that you love it. Seriously. I'm going to show you something in the fridge, so hang on just a second. Okay. I got to put some more ice in my coffee. That was almost an accident. My cup went flying. So it wouldn't be a video without a coffee. Look at that. It's not that humid out. We don't even have the AC on. We just have the fan and we have the patio door open, and it's like 79 degrees in here, but there's a nice little breeze. And the husband is upstairs working up on his computer, doing this, that, and the other, whatever it is he gets into. That looks great. I'll try not to slurp. The comment about the whole coffee thing, which I'm trying to wrap my head around that whole thing. Like, how does that make sense in today's world? Especially with my channel being called Coffee with Poet forever. I don't know. I just like, and then if anybody followed any of this, then the comment came in, well, it's not the coffee, it's the way you slurp. Let me try this. Is it the way I swallow? Because slurping to me is like, that would get on my nerves. Anyway, that person was blocked. Because what else? I don't know what else to do. So my swallowing, I've been over this before, but I'll do it again, because why not? Why not? Why not? I'm with friends. Okay. And one thing that you can do on YouTube is you can delete comments. Unfortunately, when you delete someone's comments, you also delete the replies. And you know, sometimes some of my people will say, "Hey, like, what's the big deal?" Like, but unfortunately, those really nice comments disappear too. So I always apologize for that in advance. And you're always going to get somebody saying something. I totally get that. You have to have a really thick skin. But they also give you the option to hide a subscriber or a person who just views your videos. And then once you hide them, they can put comments up, but you never see them, no one else ever sees them. They just disappear. They have to go through the process of making another name and coming back, and then you hide them again. And it becomes almost this little game. Every YouTuber has it. I don't care how nice you are, how good of a channel you have, you are going to have someone who's going to come into your comments and say something that's not nice. You're going to. Every single person goes through it. I don't care who you are, how nice you are, or whatever. Everybody goes through it. So, I'm always going to have my coffee. Always. Well, not always, but most of the time. So I was saying to you about the Cafe Mocha. Like, where's the Cafe Mocha? So I even Googled it. Why is it so hard to find Cafe Mocha? Because it's almost impossible. And there's this whole string of people who are asking the same thing. What's with the Cafe Mocha? And they only produce the little bottles, not the big bottles, okay? People are asking, why not the big bottles? Why can't we find the little bottles? Like, every store I go into, I check to see if they have Coffee Mate Cafe Mocha. Now you can get it from Amazon, and it's way more expensive to get it from Amazon, but you can get it from Amazon if you're really desperate. Now the one thing that Coffee Mate is doing is pushing this chocolate extra. Now whether they're going to phase out Cafe Mocha, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but it's really hard to find it. So we go into stores and we look, every grocery store. So today, when we were going to Dollar Zone, there's also a grocery store right there. And every once in a while, I can catch it there. So George said today, listen, we're going over to Dollar Zone. Why don't we pop into the grocery store right there? And why don't we see if they have any Cafe Mocha? And we even took a small cooler, put some ice and an ice pack in, just in case. Because we were going to go up to the bookstore after that and just, browse through the books. I have a gift card that he got in the mail, and he gave it to me, and he said, maybe you could find a book you like. It's for $25. And so anyway, so we were in the Dollar Zone for like an hour, just browsing the aisles and looking for the decoration for the table. And we went over to the grocery store, and they had Cafe Mocha. So this is the Cafe Mocha. Hang on. This, right here. Cafe Mocha. In a little bottle, 16-ounce bottle. The one I'm seeing now a lot is the extra chocolate, extra flavor. The 28-ounce bottle. Got the same chocolatey look as the Cafe Mocha. So they had Cafe Mocha. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Cafe Mocha. They're like $2.38 a bottle. I got 6. Because they last a long time and they're so hard to find. Now, Karen, I saw on your video, the one I watched the other day, I caught, and I hope that you got home safely. I know you were driving in the storm. But I saw your coffee making video where you're doing the hot coffee and you had the pinch of chocolate that you put in your coffee, which looked amazingly delicious. And I said to George, I have Hershey's syrup, the dark chocolate Hershey's syrup here. I said, if push comes to shove and I can't find Cafe Mocha, I'll just use that. But anyway, so I wanted to show what we did with the table, which I just really love. And you could put stuff together on your own. So the total for that came to $20. But I also bought a box of envelopes, and the envelopes were $1.50. So $18.50 for the placemats, the wooden signs, the gems, and the flowers. And I don't know, I think it was worth $18.50. That's just me. I wanted to show you the batting in case anybody is thinking about pillows and you want to just get the pillow covers and you don't know what exactly to use. Like I said, I went into Walmart. You go all the way back to where the materials and the crafts are and go back into that section, and that's where they have batting. They have the little bags, they have big bags. You might want to check that out. And I wanted to show, George's latest work. I got to put my glasses on. I don't have contacts in. Okay, hold on. I think I will move those spices down in the drawer, but I'm going to ask him first and see what he thinks. The house is coming together so nicely into a home. Okay. There's a lot of people that don't like basements. I don't mind basements so much. It's okay. We're going to be getting a storm door for this back door because there's not a storm door on there. So he's going to order a storm door from Lowe's. He's working on 2 paintings right now. So here's one, and it's just fascinating to watch him work from beginning to end. So this is actually, let's see, I don't have the picture of it. Okay, this one is a picture I took when we were on a picnic. So all this is sky, okay, and this is sky. And then all this area here over is trees. And then this in here is clouds, okay, and then over here. So this is how things start out with the painting. And he has it on canvas and he has it taped on. And then he's working on this one, and it's still wet. You can see how the painting is glossy. And that's this picture. Let me see if I can do this so that it makes sense. There's a waterfall, and then down here will be the water on the bottom and the stones. So he's got 2 of them going, and he washed his paintbrushes yesterday. This is his palette box. So all his fresh paints are underneath this lid. He made this himself. I'm so proud of him. And then here's all of his, look at all these paints. This is his space. You just gotta love a man like that. You know what I mean? He's got a compressor. Here's our peanut bag for our squirrel. Every morning, Mr. Squirrel gets 4 peanuts because, you know, we started that with Sky. I started it with Sky, and we continue it. George is so on top of it. He comes down. First thing he does is feed Mr. Squirrel. And Squirrel comes under the deck, grabs the peanuts, and takes off. I just think that's so cool. And I know that wherever Sky is, he appreciates it. That's one thing that's so neat about our relationship. Just like Hote out there. Here's how my flowers are doing. Hote out there. Sky bought Hote. It's been a while now. Probably 10 or 11 years we've had Hote. And yeah, so there's all of those, and the chime, and all of these, and there, and we've got these gorgeous yellow ones, and that's a morning glory, and good old Hote here. Yeah. And look at how cool these vines, look at how the vines just wrap around. I love it out here. We will be staying home, which, you know, why not? I mean, my gosh, it's already the end of July, right? Look at my old lady arm. It is what it is, people. I have a little bit of muscle. Not so much anymore, but it is what it is. Anyway, so I think I caught you up on everything. I just wanted to do something a little different with this video so that it's not, you know, it's not all gloom and doom and everything like that. I mean, we do truly live an ordinary life. It's extremely ordinary. I don't think it could get any more ordinary, but it's so ordinary in such a good way. Now, last night, this is going to be longer. Last night, I had a massive panic attack. Just, oh God, it was so bad. I'm going to stop here because I have a couple clips to put together, and I don't want this super long, but I'm going to stop here, and then I'm going to do a video, and I want to talk about the things that have happened to me over my life with my anxiety. For the people who have said, you hide it so well, just to give an idea of what I've experienced and what I continue to experience. So I'm going to stop here. I'll get all these clips together. I'll put them out. I don't think anybody has a birthday today, at least not that I know of, on the 19th of July. We're now more than 11 months in our relationship and rolling into that first year mark pretty soon of when we met. And that's just mind-blowing as to how fast time is going. So I'm going to go, and I'll be back in a minute. I want to talk about anxiety and what it feels like for me.